Hi everyone, my name is Abigail and you're welcome to the Shaking Tables podcast. Today's episode, we have a genius in the house, but then I would first of all let him introduce himself.
Hello everybody, they called me a genius. I'm not Albert Einstein. My name is Emmanuel Faith. I'm super excited to be here. They say we are coming to Shake Table.
So let's go ahead to Shake Table.
Okay, yeah, so let's have an exciting conversation and I'm sure that you will enjoy this. Okay.
Do I need to introduce myself?
Yes, please introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Abiola Adragbemi, and typically if you are coming to the podcast not for the first time, I'm always on the other side of the conversation, right? Asking the heavy questions. But Happy Girl seems quite pumped at myself, and I know when to accept the defeat. So this is a defeat on my part, and a very fatal one because it's an important person that I was supposed to converse with, and I'm sorry that I'm not the host. But nonetheless, you're in for an amazing conversation. You're in for something that I feel like you would be talking about it for quite some time. So let's go.
Okay, so first of all,
I would have never seen that coming.
Okay, so we're a podcast. We're a team of podcasts. We're a team, and what we do is we document people's transitioning, right, into becoming young adults to this to a full space, like a career, professional career. Right, so give us a quick story of how you started your journey. Did you always have this thing figured out? The HR of Cowrywise,
Hey,
genius.
come on. If you like say, they say I should make it quick. So hi everyone again. My name is Emmanuel Faith. They say I should give you insight about my journey. I think I'm still on the journey, to be honest. Because if they say what will I be in 5 years time, I don't know.
Wow.
I don't know. I have an idea. I have things I'm working towards every day to ensure that in 5 years I will be in this. For example, in 5 years, I don't want to look at my accounts before being able to travel to Santorini. I want to be able to wake up and say, today, I want to go to Santorini, and I'll go. But again, so putting things in perspective, I have to track back to maybe 5 years ago, which was 2017. So 5 years ago, I was a 300 level student of Obafemi Awolowo University. And the reason why I'm going back to 5 years ago is, you might be listening to this podcast, you might be 19 or 27 or 32. Time flies, and like what you do every day adds up to that big picture. So wherever you are now, don't add any pressure to yourself. Just imagine that 5 years ago, I was in 300 level, listening to classes, doing econometrics. So yeah, I studied economics from Obafemi Awolowo University. So if you study economics in my school, there are chances that you would go into finance, right? So, but I didn't like numbers. I don't like saying it, but I didn't like numbers as a then. I had done internships with a couple investment firms, Meristem, Unilever. And if you are listening to this and you're an undergraduate, please do an internship. Not exactly for CV purposes, but internships also let you know where you're not going to work. That's the part that people miss. People do internship because they want to have big companies on their CV. They want to have hands-on experience. But one nice thing internship does for you that people don't say is that internship shows you what you're not going to do in the future. Right? So I did internship with like 2 investment firms and I was sure that,
It'll be your way.
Finance is not cut for me. So now I know what I don't want to do. The challenge is I didn't know what I wanted to do. So 400 level, I did a lot of things. I was in different organizations. I was campus ambassador for Unilever. I was in tax club. Different things. I was everywhere. By the way, I didn't like my course of study like that. So I just ensured that I do not fail any course. That was the goal. Don't fail. Don't have F. But every other thing is acceptable. So I had A to E.
Wow. No, I think we can strike back to that.
So my GPA will probably look like. So I love writing. You probably, of course, I know you ask questions around that. So any course that is a written course, the least score I will get is B. Wow. But economics is a combination of mathematics course and written courses. So the mathematics course, I'm like, God, just let me have E. Give me E, and I will thank you, Lord. So my GPA will look like A B C E E E or B B B C D E. So I was on like that 2.53, 2.53, 2.53. And I finished with it. I think 400 level was my most exciting year because that point when you don't have anything to lose. So in 400 level, I didn't have anything to lose. So I gave all my courses my best. And aside 100 level, 400 level was the year I got the highest GPA. I could still have made a 2-1 to be honest. I mean, I finished with 3.48, and that was because I had C in my project.
Wow, that must stink.
Yeah, it was very hot in. I mean, 58 C in the 6 units. So I feel like I could have made a 3.5. And I remember, because again, don't blame your friends. So all my friends, when you're 200 level, 300 level, when they have like 48 D, you're going to be fighting lecturer. I'm like, why are you fighting lecturer? But when that now happened to me at the end of 400 level, I felt, if I had fought some 48 D and 58 C, maybe I'll finish at 3.5. But anyway, that's by the way. So after I graduated from OAU, remember that I did not know what I still wanted to do. But I think that life happens to you by doing. I'll say that again. Life happens to you by doing. So you do a lot of things. While you are doing a lot of things, you will do the one that you don't like and you drop. You do the one that you like and you keep liking for like 1 or 2 years. That one that you like, you might stop liking it after 2 years. But it will have catapulted you to another thing that you like. So life happens to you by doing. So I joined tax club, I did a tax competition, and in OAU then I attended Obafemi University. Great, Ife, great.
Shout out to you.
So then in tax club, it was only for law students. I mean, law students funded it. And then if you attend any school at all, not even OAU, Covenant, Babcock, you know how law students can be. It's like a cult. So it's very hard to enter their cult. But me, I entered, So I did this tax competition in my final year. I mean, I can never forget taxing digital economy using Facebook and Uber. If I tax person, you know that's hard. I had to be quoting section 32 subsection 8 says that, according to this, that. So I mean, my team won the competition and people were surprised. In fact, people were like, oh, I've never seen you in our faculty before. What level are you? I'm like, oh, I'm from I'm from economics. I mean, random gist. My friend once won a 5K bet by saying, like, people took a bet on the fact that I graduated from law. My friend said, no, I didn't graduate from law. I graduated from economics. So it's a lie. And he won 5K. 5K in 4 places, 20K.
Wow.
Yeah, so I was that sad. I was very sad in tax. So I got a tax internship with a tax company, tax professional services. And then from there, again, remember the law of doing. Did a lot of things, did payroll and personal income tax, discovered that payroll is part of HR, did professional certification in HR, left tax A to G, got to G and told them it's HR I want to do, even though you could not employ me to do HR. And we are here today. Yeah.
I think it's not like the conventional story that we are used to. That people say that, when I was in the university, I knew what I wanted to do. I had this clear-cut direction.
Yeah, this is what I want.
It was just something that you just did,
Like you said,
and boom.
Out of doing.
And see, people, those stories are also genuine. Some people actually, like I have friends, to look at that, she graduated from Oxford last week, Masters Oxford, 100% scholarship. We knew from 200 level, to look at that, shout out to you in Oxford, please send me chocolate. From 200 level, she was already doing motor mock at International Court of Justice, Switzerland. So you already know that someone like this, she's going far. And she will go far in the path. By 400 level, she was doing... No, she won international tax debate. National tax debate at 200 level. So someone like that...
What was I doing? Okay, hold on. I think in my 200 level, I was looking for a woman up and down.
So there are people that have it figured out. I will do this 5 years. I will do this internship after. I will go to Goldman Sachs. I will Bank of America. They have it. And that's fine. That's okay. And there are people like us that, we do not have it. And it's fine. What the challenge is you saying that, because you don't have it figured out, you now do it. Life will happen. Whatever will be, will be. Whatever will be, will not be. You have to make it be. Hello? Anyway, please carry on.
So, you mentioned something about the art of doing.
Yeah.
So, I did my own research.
Yeah.
As
You want
Adra
to
said.
expose me?
No, I'm not exposing you though.
What? They have dug into my past. I went behind. Okay.
I looked at the we are coming to that. I won't say that. Okay. I found out that you won 2 literary awards for a poetry you wrote, right?
Yeah, I did.
In 2019, I guess.
Yeah, I won one 2019. That was Abajonga's Poetry Prize. Yes. Then I think I won one.
Was it while you were in school?
So I won one when I was in school. That was Bridget's Person, 2017.
Okay.
I won Abajongas in 2019. I think I also won Food Poetry Prize. I did not collect my certificate today, but they sent me the money. That's what matters.
Wow. So
Okay.
was it the art of doing that made you really like writing poetry?
Okay, nice. So everybody has an escape route, and poetry has always been mine. And that's why I think that I will not stop writing poetry, no matter how high I go, like in the professional space. So I started writing poetry in 20. I seriously started writing poetry in 2015. Yeah, I started writing poetry in 2012, but it was just dabbling around. But I'm like, when I say, this thing, be like, say, it look like poetry. That was 2015. So I started writing poetry. I had attended one poetry festival in 2014. And I looked at what people were doing. I'm like, oh my God, I have the talent to do this. Why am I not doing it? So I started writing poetry in 2015. I won that award in 2017. Shout out to World Rhymes and Rhythm. So I think that it was just... I felt like if I did attend... Again, see, guys, if you have imposter syndrome, I book it for you in Jesus' name.
Amen.
Or in Allah's name, or in whatever you're doing. See, there are a lot of people that are not as good as you are and are doing great stuff with that thing that they're not as good at. And you're there, you're like, who will hear me? Who will see me? They will criticize me.
I think you're drinking tables.
Yes, go and do it. Do it. Put it out there. Let them say. There's one guy that I'll be following on Twitter, one 10-year-old guy like this. He started rapping rubbish. People blasted him. Hey, he's rapping rubbish. Now, his rap is getting better. People are saying, there was one of his kids that was like, thank you for your feedback. I will keep getting better and better. The guy is getting better and better. Now, you want that, you pay 5,000 to go and see his show. Stay there. So, I just like, people are doing this. I have the talent to do this. I can do this. And I started writing.
I have two questions.
Okay.
First question is, do you consider, when you were in university, do you consider yourself to be a very big nerd?
So I look serious. I look very serious. So when people now talk to me, it was even annoying because I attended ECU. You might not know ECU, but ECU is just a step above deeper life in the sense that we are not extreme. We don't say, don't wear leggings or something. But in terms of religiosity and conservativeness, I attended ECU. I was going to write an exam in a short before, and I met my president there, and he sent me back to my hostel to wear a long. Yeah. We were that extreme. And it was even funny because it was like, I was going to, if you're there, I was going to amphitheater, 1,000 seater, and my hostel was our next. So that journey is not far. And it was even an elective. It was not even a core exam. I just let them just dash, write my ACL and get out. So I come across as very conservative. And I am brilliant. No, I am intelligent. I do not think that I'm brilliant. But I know, with no iota of doubt, call me proud, I am intelligent. So, because I'm intelligent, people assume that I'm brilliant. So, I can talk about a lot of things. See, we can end this podcast. I can talk about feminism. I can talk about climate change. We can talk about female football. We can talk about tennis. So when you are talking to me like, but where Oceana go? I can also think, I need to go and show you. Baby, calm down.
So you are saying that? So you find it.
So I find that balance, So I come across as a nerd, but I'm exactly not. But you have to be bold enough to come close to me to know that
you're... The second question is, now you are a big entity in poetry, right?
Yeah.
And I'm going to be honest, in Nigeria, like the basic Nigeria, poetry is not something that exactly people look at it as I conquer.
Lasisi has yabbed.
Lasisi has yabbed us. It did a number.
I saw the smoke in the air and it was flowing.
So how have you been able to actually tell people that I actually make money off of this stuff?
Interesting. So I don't even make a lot of money like people because again, like I said, poetry is by the side. There are people that make good money from poetry, but I think poetry is for the art. It's just like another kind of art. It's like when Brimo wants to do a concert and when Davido wants to do a concert. There is a certain set of people that listen to Brimo, and it's just those people. But everybody listens to Davido.
Hi, I'm those people. I'm just saying.
So you don't even have a particular niche.
I think that's how poetry is to other arts. And we thank God there are now platforms, In fact, our poets are now getting international recognitions, People are now getting published on websites like poetry.org. People are getting MFA scholarship. MFA is like Masters in Fine Arts. Nigerians are now getting MFA scholarship. I have like 2 Nigerian acquaintances. They are presently lecturing. Not so their summer break. They are lecturing abroad right now, teaching.
I did notice this trend. I'm sorry to cut you off. I did notice this trend. I think a couple of weeks ago on Twitter, people were Goldman Sachs. Like these firms that we hear in movies, like it was so unreal. People, Nigerians were telling us that I've been telling at Google, and I'm like, I beg.
What are you doing?
I'm like, I beg. What? Okay, wait. Do we need to keep applying? How is this? Do you have to be a genius?
So I think that the global space is not realizing that there is a talent in Nigeria. And it's not just like career talent across board. I mean, Amazon is coming to Nigeria to recruit. Poetry Foundation in the last you might not know Poetry Foundation. Poetry.org is the largest, it's one of the most important places your work can get published. And in the last 1 month they published like 3 Nigerian poets.
Interesting.
Right. So I think we are getting because the global space is now paying attention, the Nigerian space is now also creating platforms. So for example, I attend an open mic at Wida Stores. Wida was founded by Lola Shonai, the author of The Secret Life of Baba Sheki's Wife.
Okay.
So you probably have not read it. But that's a book you should read. It was very common when I was growing up. So Wida Stores,
The Secret Wife of?
The Secret Life of Baba Sheki's Wives.
Okay.
I'll try to do that.
Yeah. So they are now open mics. An open mic brings people together to do poetry, do spoken word and stuff. So I think platforms are, getting better and better, and would get there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Abigail, please.
Okay, so let's talk about Cowrywise now. What's the work environment at Cowrywise like?
That's an interesting question. We boast about the fact that we are building the best place to work. I mean, when you come to the office, like the first place you see our vision. You see our vision mission, and then you see building the best place to work. The whole idea of working at Cowrywise is the culture or the environment is that you're happy to come to work. One, and you're happy to work. Some people are happy to come to work, but they came to see their bestie, their friends and stuff. When it comes to work, they lose. But one, you're happy to come to work. Two, you're happy to work. I mean, we say we do an hybrid system, and there are people that still come to work every day because there's just an excitement
To come to work.
The people, the sharing of ideas. I mean, our most exciting products come from random bands and conversation. Oh, why can't we have a feature that help people do this? Oh, people bet. Instead of betting, why can't we have a feature that help people save? Take a bet on their football club. That means every time their football club scores, they save. Oh, let's do it. I have FinTech. What do you need? Blah, 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 blah. Backend. What do you need? Blah, blah, blah. Hey, product design. Hey, creative design. We need a design like this. And in 1 week, a feature is ready.
And don't you think that kind of facilitates, not just effectiveness. Okay, so people often say great minds are eccentrics, right? And if you are in a Gen Z type of workspace, it's not the conventional workspace. Like I feel like if our parents come to where we work now, it's going to look like an excursion for them because it would be unreal. It would be unreal. People will just I've seen Google's workspace that you have to take a skate to serve yourself, park the skate, you go to a virtual reality room, and I'm like, are these people actually working? So the question now is, don't you think that as young people that we have little to no attention span, how do you organize these people that, okay, as much as we're giving you this freedom, this is our vision and mission?
So I like the word that I used, freedom. So one of our core mantras at Cowrywise is freedom and responsibility. So we give you freedom to work and you have the responsibility to deliver. So we don't dictate how you work. Today now, I hope my CEO doesn't say this. I opened my Slack at 1 p.m. because I worked till 5 a.m. and I slept. And I woke up at 12 p.m. and I dressed up. And I came to the office at 1 p.m. Right? So, and I know that like I saw the Slack messages, replied everything in 1 hour. And then, we are good. So we give you the freedom to work, determine how you want to work yourself, and then you have the responsibility to show up. Things have to get done. If you have to do this design, you have to do this design. Nobody chases anybody. It's like we don't have time. And then we call something an hiring gate. So we don't hire, everybody we hire blends into the culture because we do not hire people that are not blend into the culture. As a matter of fact, one of the things, someone said this during our 6 months review. She said, it only takes a day to be a stranger at Cowrywise. So that means that the next day you're as
You're-
good. And we've seen it happen. There was one time that new talents came in like 1 week ago. Then an intern joined like this week. And they were trying, the new guys that came in, like 2 of them was not talking to the like, hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Why are you talking to? Who is your buddy? Because we have buddies. So like, oh, don't worry, just feel at home. This place is safe. Like, for example, when do you think I joined? She was like, maybe 1 year or 2 years ago. She was like, I joined last week.
Well,
And the girl was transfixed. That what? Yeah, you joined last week already.
I think it's something to be.
Vibing with everybody
Yeah,
like
yeah,
this.
I
So
I think that's chill.
I think that our culture is fixed around freedom and responsibility. If you like play game, if you visit, we have like a game. If you like play game for 2 hours,
As
when
long
code,
as long as you
if code gets it's time for code to get shipped and you don't ship it, then you know that you're in trouble, right? So
okay, so what's the hiring process like
carry
for
on.
people that
I think
people that
I'm
want to
interested
actually-
in this conversation.
I mean, so now we just launched our career page. I keep saying we just launched, even though the career page is like 1 month old now. So you can just go to cowrywise.com/careers. So we have a place called Apply for Your Dream Job. So apply. We don't so because we don't have any opening right now. But the whole idea, the reason why we created that section is that opening comes up, need comes up. So,
Can you say that again to just reiterate that?
yeah, so go to our website, cowrywise.com/careers. There's a section called Apply for Your Dream Job. I mean, interestingly, your dream job might not even exist at Cowrywise, but when you describe it, maybe like, we need this
We
need,
need this-
and we'll reach out to you.
Okay.
I think that's very futuristic.
Yeah, it is. I mean, like people have come in. I'm like, oh, we didn't know. There are people that have come in. There are like 1 or 2 people that have come in. There are people that we even hire for something, and then we discover they can do something else. I'm like, oh, yeah, we should do this. So, for example, there's one of our product designer who is also like a motion illustrator. Yeah, so like we didn't even know that we needed that skill, until they started exhibiting it, and then our lead designer was like, on this skill where you have. You guys use them for one of our products, and stuff. So now, in the nearest future, you might probably hire either a product designer or someone that is focused on motion illustrator. Because right now, we have a product designer, there's a motion illustrator, so we know the value of both. So in the future, there is chance that we hire someone that has either of those skills for
So
specialization.
full disclosure, yeah, I'm stopping myself
Say it,
from lobbying
don't
for
stop.
that position,
Don't
right?
stop, say
But it's a podcast.
Yeah.
We are here to not be selfish. Obviously, at the end of this conversation.
Behind the cameras.
But yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
yes. So let's continue. So
Okay,
what table
so-
are we shaking next?
No, we are not shaking tables yet. Just
Okay,
calm down.
yeah.
Okay, so apart from the workspace, I actually like the fact that you said in Cowrywise, right? The work ethics in Cowrywise is freedom and responsibility. Like you have the freedom to do whatever you want, but you still have to be responsible. So now, what are your thoughts on workspace ethics and customer care in Nigeria?
That's a very, very, very brilliant question to ask. I think people make a system, and I also think it. So when a perception has been made, there's some sort of journey to change that perception. So this is what I mean. One of the people I look up to, one of the best people that served in Nigeria, is Dora Akunyili. If you are very young, your agency, you might not know Dora Akunyili. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry you.
I know of the person. I know of her. Like I heard her name. Her name sounds
Yeah,
very.
Dora
NAFDAC
Akunyili
boss.
was one of the best people to serve in an MDA. She was NAFDAC boss. And when she was NAFDAC boss, even World Health Organization knew that there was someone in Nigeria named Dora Akunyili. So there's a general perception. For example, there was a general perception about HR. And I said, I'm going to come in to HR, and this is the kind of HR I'm going to be. And now, when all my friends in this life have HR issue, it's man of it still first remember, right? So I think there is a wrong perception about customer care, and I'm starting from customer care. But I feel like with the right kind of people, this perception will change. And not just Cowrywise now. Like I've interacted with excellent customer care. I went to Cow Care one day. I'm like, I went with the mind of the worst. I had diplomatic way with Danny. I've carried book. I know I'll spend like 2 hours there. Only 15 minutes. Like, this is what you want. Do you want to replace a gadget? Do you want a new one? Replace a gadget. Oh, if you want to replace a gadget, fill this form. If you want a new one, fill this one. Like, okay. And like in 15 minutes, I was done. I was wowed. I had to go and give them a Google review. So, but then the general perception is that customer experience in Nigeria is bad. So I think it will take, some sort of journey. And then this is shout out to annoying and very impolite customer experience to be a part of the problem. But I feel like when people start to become deliberate about how they want to do their best work, I think everybody should just do their best work. Either a CX manager, you sweep the floor, you're an HR person. I feel like when people do their best work, there's that ripple effect. I can't count how many fantastic HR professionals I have that say, oh, I have a friend that called me and was like, oh, Emmanuel Faith, do you know I had this work issue at work today? I just felt, what will Emmanuel Faith do in this kind of situation? And I did it. And like that was like very, it was that was humbling. Do you get that? Someone out of the blues just said, oh, what will Emmanuel Faith do in this situation? I feel like if that cut across field, that will get better. And same thing with workspaces too. I think aesthetic is very important to productivity.
Yeah.
Very important, So one company that I still look up to in Nigeria is Rise. I really want to go to their, is it Rise or Rise Vest? I think Rise Vest. Yeah, I want to go to their office.
The funny V logo.
Yeah, like, so there's a way that a good environment enhances productivity. Our CEO's office is one of the neatest office in Cowrywise. You cannot enter that office and not feel like working. Nice frames, nice flowers, like it's a minimalist. So everywhere is neat, and so I feel like companies need to be more deliberate about.
I want to solve your CEO.
Okay, yeah, so
Is he OCD? Is he? I'm sensing OCD.
No. So no, he doesn't have that. No, he doesn't have that. He's not that sensitive. He just likes things very neat and things very organized. So it's very easy. Like he picks things that are organized.
Okay.
So once on this episode, we did. Okay, not on this episode.
This
on
podcast.
the podcast, yes, we did recorded. Okay, we did an episode about work ethics and all that. I know I'm bringing back this thing, and we talked about bad experience, like the worst experiences we've had. The worst experiences we've had with customer care, both in banks, in restaurants and stuff. Have you ever had like a worst experience with customer care?
Me personally.
Okay, let me first help drive where she's coming from. Right, that episode was birthed out of a number of things. That was when we had the Flutter Wave event. We had this toxic work. It was a trendy thing on Twitter, okay. and we saw that this was something that we needed to talk about. That does every tech company have that level of toxicity in them, and as such we talked about the conversation took on a mind of itself, and we talked about whether this was needed, that was needed. We brought it down from even we took it to the furthest extreme, tech and then bank customer experience. How you just need to solve a simple problem and you'll be told to come back within 7 working days.
For banks, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so let me speak to. I can't remember. I'm very sure that I think one annoying one I've had was Access Bank. It was during COVID, I'll never forget. So I had money, interestingly. My brother went to withdraw. So he withdrew like 8K 2 times. So they debited 2 times and he didn't get the cash. So he withdrew another one. That was like 24K, no matter how much you have. Except you're any 7 figures. If 24K leave your account,
you will feel it.
You go look at it. I'm like, 24K, kilo shele. So, they refunded like 8K after. Then the remaining 8K. Oh my God. I went to Access Bank head office. I just got tired. My mom was even laughing at me. He said, so you are going to let go of 8K? I'm like, yeah, what if you 8K go? What if you to 8K? So I left it. I mean, they refunded like 9 months after.
Wow. Yeah, I'm guessing it was being birthed.
When I saw
it was being birthed. It was.
So I think that's why. So I want to put something out there about customer experience. Maybe customer experience for tech. I might not be able to speak to banks because I know. So banks, I think it's a mentality thing. I think the reason why like tech is slightly better than banks don't have anything to prove. They're there. If you go, 10 people will come.
Gatekeepers.
They are gatekeepers. Do you understand? So they have nothing to lose. They can't to come back by 7 days. Drag them all you want. People will still use banks, right?
I've gone
drag them all you want.
So this happened. It was a very personal experience because that time it was 40K. I transferred. I think I got paid something, and I did not have internet banking on my my account. I don't want to call the bank's names. On this particular orange bank. Orange bank. I didn't have, and this purple bank that is saying they're the bank of the free. I was like, it's good. Let me just bank with the bank of the free. So I moved it from my orange bank to the bank of the free. So where the money is, I did not know. I called the purple bank. They bond my airtime with. Back in the days, customer care was supposed to be free. Like when I'm calling, you know, bro, I first lost like 1K on ways for these people. Then I went to this bank. They said that I did not do this one, and it was 40K. So at first I was like, I was reasonable. I left it for like a week. Nothing happened. I went 2 weeks. I was going to the bank. I was like 40,000 naira. And I was like, and I was starving. And it's not like I don't have money. I had the money. So where the money was, it got to a point. I was like, what is going on? So I now started to question that was it an institutional thing or
so I think with commercial banks is that lethargy. But with tech, and I'm not even saying this because I work at Cowrywise, it's a lot of things. So for example, what is very simple to you might need a lot of writing of codes from backend. For example, people experience like I think double withdrawals or double deposits recently. And first, it was even the data guy that discovered it, not even backend or frontend. The data guy just noticed some irregularity. He escalated it to the CX manager. Then the CX manager told our team that, oh, have you guys gotten this kind of complaints? Then we reached out to our social media manager that, oh, as people made this kind of complaint, then there is an issue. Then we reached out to the backend. Hey, backend, we realized that this issue. Okay, why is this happening? So while all that is going on, that can take 30 minutes and that can also take 24 hours. Right? So I do not think, and I'm speaking for fintechs, because fintechs are still trying to improve themselves in Nigeria. Mm-hmm. I do not think that any fintech would sabotage you deliberately. They might be unpleasant on the phone. People have different personality. And like our CX manager is very deliberate about how she hires. Like I've seen very good talent before. I'm like, this talent is good. You're like, oh, I'm not feeling her. She looks like she will yell at our customers. I'm not even joking. Wow. So like people have different temperaments. So we like, I dare say that our CX team are the meekest people ever. They will be they can now after dropping the phone like but that phone they'll be nice. They'll be we sincerely apologize for this delay. We understand what you are going. We totally understand the inconvenience. We would get back to you in due time. So I think that no fintech would deliberately sabotage you or hold on to your transaction. The manner at which they communicate might be diverse. So
Also, me, I just want to say I have beef with Cowrywise.
Okay.
One time, I did not know that if I put my money there,
you will not get it back.
Oh my
Please,
God!
Dead the idea.
Oh my God!
Dead the idea. Sorry, your money has locked.
Bro.
So again, it's a great value add for us. On my way down, I think I even tweeted it already, but I've not shared it on the page. The right that brought me here was apparently a Cowrywise user. And they told me that thanks to Cowrywise, he just got that car. Now, he said what he loves most is the fact that we don't let people withdraw. So he said that he now mentioned 3 occasions where he wanted to break his plan. Let me tell you the first one. The first one was at Agbo Fuji. He didn't have money his friends were spraying money. And he didn't have money to spray. And he said he was looking at his money.
And that's the annoying thing. You can see
it's
your
money.
The second one was his
it.
best friend. His best friend wanted to borrow money. He didn't have money, but he had money in Cowrywise. He said that that best friend, they are no more best friend, obviously, because that one borrowed money from another friend and took it away. Right. So what seems like it's difficult, but I mean, we as Cowrywise, we don't even break plan. And then again, that's why we also created emergency plan. So if you know that you want to be able to dip your money, even though I would not advise, this is that investment. Imagine if you also see when you need the party up.
These days,
so I don't even use emergency plan, right? But like people use it, and I feel like, and there's also interest on emergency plan. I think it's like 9% or something. So interesting.
Yeah. So for people looking to get internships, or like for young people, right? Looking to get internships and listen at Cowrywise, right? Would you advise them to get a skill, like to skill up?
So I'll just speak generally, like getting internships, not just with Cowrywise, with FinTech. So the first thing you need to realize is that we are more than the opportunities. And that's why it seems hard. Like our population is a disadvantage. I wish that the Northerners would stop giving birth. Sorry if I don't and you're listening to this. I feel like we need to do what China did. No jokes.
Making one child.
No, one child is very extreme. Just two. If you're lucky enough to give twins at your first, God bless you.
That's it.
That's-
Vasectomy straight.
And like we don't even have to do it for a very long period.